Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released on December 7th, which was about 5 days ago, and for some of us, it was the day we had been waiting for so long. For such a long amount of time, we had been waiting for this game to come out, and it was finally here. Super Smash Bros. Was released, and the game was finally in our hands. However, there was something right around the corner that was going to hinder our playing experience because it was something that in the grand scheme of things was just as important. For those of you guys who are in college, you probably already know what I'm talking about, but for those of you guys who are in the lower grades like high school or middle school or elementary school, you probably don't realize that finals were the week right after. Now, the reason I have not been making videos for the past couple of days is because all of my time has either gone to studying for exams or actually taking those exams, so it feels really good to finally be done and be able to come back to YouTube and start making videos. However, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my experiences and just wondering when I was ever going to get to play the game, because trust me, this was one of the longest 5 days of my life. As much as I wanted to devote all of my time to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I had to study for finals, but now that it's over, I'm going to tell you guys what it is like to have finals right after Super Smash Bros. Ultimate releases. So guys, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and sit back because I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my experience. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a trip down memory lane. It was December 6th and I went to the midnight launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, we had about 300 people in the stream at one point, so a lot of you guys probably already know that I played that game for the entire night. I played from midnight till probably about 4 or 5 a.m., and I just had a great time doing it. I had my friends over, I had my girlfriend there. It was just overall an amazing time getting to finally get my hands on this awesome game. So we played basically the entire night, and then the next day I had a class at 8 a.m., so my girlfriend, my friend, and myself ended up driving back to school, which is about an hour away from where we went to get the game, and we got back to our 8 a.m. classes. I walked into my 8 a.m. class and I was so exhausted. I could barely keep my eyes open, and this was a class that was extremely important because we were actually reviewing stuff that was going to be on our final exams. So, because I was so tired, I really didn't comprehend anything that was said in that class, and that was true for the other two classes that day. I didn't get to sleep until about 3:30 in the afternoon, and even though I really wanted to sleep, I ended up not being able to because I really wanted to go back and play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that is what I ended up doing. I actually did not sleep so that I could play some more Smash. So, on that day, I ended up playing Smash the entire day and not studying at all. The next day at my school is what we have before finals, and it's something called reading days. Now, on these days, you aren't allowed to party or anything like that. They want you to use that time to study, so for Saturday and Sunday, we had to do reading days, and we couldn't really make any noise. Now, that was the day I was really supposed to study for all of my exams because I had really hard exams. For those of you guys who don't know, I am one day going to get a doctorate degree, so there is a lot of stuff that I really have to do. As of now, I'm going into athletic training, and a lot of those classes are extremely hard, so I really needed that time to study, but instead, I used it to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and honestly, if I could go back in time and change that, I would, but at the same time, I think that I did pretty well on my exams. Anyways, so for my exams, I had to take 3 in-class exams, and then I had to do another exam where I wrote an entire paper while also giving a presentation on it in class one day. So, like I said, I didn't get anything done on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and I had an exam the very next day, and it was my hardest exam by far. So luckily, the exam that I was taking actually happened at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so what I did was I woke up extremely early at around 8 a.m. and I studied my butt off that entire day. I ended up doing pretty well on the exam, but I wish I had given myself a little bit more time to prepare so that way I could have gotten an even better grade. As of now, I do think I'm doing pretty well in the class, but if I did get that extra time to study, then I think that I would have done much better and probably raised my grades a little bit more, but that's neither here nor there. So, while I was trying to study for my exams, I was sitting right next to my Switch and my TV, and it was basically like calling to me. Do you guys know in cartoons and stuff where they have pies and then the steam that comes off the pies will like come and fly off and like go up people's noses and bring them in to come and like eat the pie? That was basically what was happening with my Switch. my Switch was calling to me, so about every 15 minutes or so, I would take a study break and actually play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I would pick up my Switch and I'd say, okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, just get a couple of games online in, and my 5-minute break ended up turning into an hour-long break, and sometimes it even turned into a 2-hour-long break because I just couldn't pull myself away from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, usually when it comes to this type of thing, I do have pretty good self-control. I can usually make it so I give myself allotted times to play a video game or take study breaks, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was something that I've been waiting for so long that I just really couldn't help myself. Have you guys ever had an experience where you just want to do something so badly that you push away all of your other obligations? Because that is what ended up happening to me. Anyways, Monday night after my exam, I had to prepare for my Tuesday exam. Now, for my Tuesday exam, I had to write an entire paper on an ethnography, and for those of you guys who don't know what that is, basically I had to study some kind of culture, and I ended up doing that, and it was a 10-page paper, and I also had to make a presentation in front of the class, and I had to take an in-class exam, so I decided to really buckle down and get all my stuff done. So, what I ended up doing was I ended up finishing my studying, and I finished up doing my paper, and by that point, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I really don't like to stay up that late, especially before exams, but I did end up staying that late because Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just kept calling to me and making it so I had less and less time to do my homework. However, once I got back into the room at 3 a.m., I just completely crashed. I fell asleep, and then I woke up at 8 a.m., and what do you think I started doing? I started playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was stressed, and Super Smash Bros. Is a very good stress reliever for me, so I played for about 2 hours, and then I ended up going to my exam. Once again, I think I did very well on both my exam and my presentation, so I was really not too worried about that, but once again, I feel like I could have done even better if I had just taken a little bit more time to study and played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate a little less. So, flash forward one more time to yesterday where I had to study for my last final exam, and let me tell you, this was by far the hardest exam to study for. So like I said, I take a lot of very hard classes because one day I want to end up getting my doctorate degree, but yesterday I had to study for an exam that I actually ended up taking today, in which it's a class that I really don't care that much about, and it is a very basic class. There's not a lot of meat to it. It's a beginner level class, and it's meant for freshmen. At this point, because I've already satisfied most of my requirements to graduate, I decided to take a class that was going to be really easy, and let me tell you, this class is extremely easy. Anyways, last night I had to force myself to study for this exam, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I thought that I knew everything that was going to be on that exam. It's all pretty basic stuff, and for those of you college students out there, it was Communications 101. No disrespect to any of you communication majors out there, but communications is not a very hard class, and it really isn't a very hard major, so I just ended up taking it, and I rocked that exam. I probably only studied for about an hour or so because I was playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate so much last night, but yeah, I ended up taking it today, and I'm pretty sure I got 100% on it, so that didn't really do anything to affect my grade. Me playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate really didn't affect my grade in any way, but once again, I just wish that Super Smash Bros. Was released this Friday, or the Friday before last Friday, or something like that, because it ended up calling to me. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate told me to play it, so what did I do? I kept on playing the game. So yeah, guys, that's my story, and I'm glad that you guys took the time to listen to this, because trust me, I needed to get this off of my chest. I am a first semester senior, which means next semester, I officially graduate from college, and trust me, senioritis is hitting me extremely hard. For those of you guys who haven't come to college yet, or don't plan on it, college is very difficult, especially when you get to be a senior, and you're about to go off in the real world. Just because you feel like you already know everything and you feel like you're prepared, and final exams are just a complete drain on you, and they're even harder when you have something else that you would much rather be doing. But yeah, guys, if any of you guys are currently in college taking final exams, my heart definitely does go out to you, because trust me, this was extremely hard for me to do, and I can only imagine what it's like for those of you guys who are also in college, because trust me, this was extremely difficult. But guys, tell me about your college experience, or tell me about the experience you're currently having in school. Is it hard for you guys to go to school with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate waiting for you at home? Why or why not? Before we go, guys, make sure you guys check out the description for all of my socials and join the Discord. As of now, we have over 2,800 members always talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and stuff like that, so if you guys ever want to talk to me directly or anyone else, I highly recommend you join. You can find a link in the description as well as the pinned comment. Also, guys, pretty soon we are going to be doing something called the Gift Card Gauntlet. Now, if you don't know what the Gift Card Gauntlet is, basically, I am going to be holding a huge subscriber-only Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament, and the winner will be receiving Nintendo eShop gift cards, so I really hope that you guys are looking forward to that. Anyways, guys, let me know how you guys are doing right now, and let me know if you're happy that I am back on YouTube, because I could not be more excited. Later today, I will be posting another leak video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.